Dang it, I'm 19.
You're out to hang. Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then.
So there will be a period of time.
Oh, I got to think, man, you're young. My brother's
There's
22.
a period of time.
Yeah,
when
when I
we
went
can
to
get you
fill
both
out
in.
that thing, I could not think of what year I graduated.
I forgot how old I was the other day. Somebody asked me, and I was just like, "Oh, I'm 18." And I was like, "Wait, no, I'm 19." I'm about to be 20
because I'm just better.
I'm gonna be 20 years old.
That's
Good for you.
That's a score.
That's a score.
What? That's when you achieve
Only one significant.
Oh, he has a score.
All right.
One score.
We didn't think we were going to have video, but we did, so.
I can't eat goldfish silently, I just realized.
This is episode 10 of CALcast. Alex is behind the camera.
He's
not
doing
doing
nothing.
anything.
He's
He's
doing
just
nothing.
No,
physically
he's working
behind the
hard. He's
camera.
working hard. I'm watching him. He's working.
You can wait a little
Yeah,
bit.
It's important.
so this is the last episode of CALcast for this school year.
Oh, man.
So season 1. Season 2 will be coming next year.
Whoa.
Season 2.
That
We
sounds so
need to end
dumb.
this with a cliffhanger.
Cliffhanger.
And then never come back.
Yeah, you guys never come
come
back.
back.
We all blow up.
They got canceled.
I don't know if you made it.
So we thought it would be, Isaac, I was the one that actually
Yeah.
invited them, but I thought it
I
would
do
be,
very little to
I thought
contribute
it
to
would
this
be-
show,
wait, is
other than
Rachel
my
in frame?
personality.
Is Rachel in frame?
Hopefully not.
Alex, do your job.
Yeah, she is.
It's not your job. Okay, yeah, you're fine. Don't move it.
It actually is his job now.
Okay. So we thought it would be good for the last episode of this year to bring in 2 people who didn't go to Cal this year.
Yes.
They
What a good
graduated
idea.
last year. So this is Rachel and this is Will. They
I
graduated
don't think
last.
the camera can
Yeah.
see that.
I don't know.
You have to
I'm not going to.
I sound really congested because I am.
Yeah, I was wondering. I didn't want to ask about that because
Yeah.
I didn't want to sound rude, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but Matt, you
it's
sound
bad.
terrible.
Care.
Oh wow! Of course, it stops raining after I've already braved the wetness and brought. all
Yeah,
this
it stopped
stuff
raining a
in.
while ago.
Yeah.
If you'd waited like 5 more minutes, like
So yeah, here we are. They were both in Drumline. That's the main way they're touching us. So that's how we know them. That's how we got to know them.
that's true.
I would not know you if not for marching band. That is almost definitely true.
You wouldn't know me. You might know Will. But
No.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't.
you're more outgoing.
I would have said hi.
Yeah, you would have said hi, and I would have been
Oh,
like,
sure.
who? I would have known you. I'd have been like, who is this guy?
Yeah. So what? Let's just say what school do you go to?
Go ahead.
We'll start one at a time. What
Ladies
school
first,
do you go
thanks,
to, and what
one at a
what
time.
major?
You mean you don't want us to?
We can do it
volley
one-
Okay,
it?
3, same time. 3, 2, 1. I go to.
Didn't want to drink it. No. Okay.
All right.
She doesn't know what
I don't
school she
care
goes
which
to.
one goes
I
first.
go to Union University in Jackson, Tennessee.
You.
UU,
All right.
AO Bulldogs.
And what do you major in?
Music education.
Wow.
Wow.
What do you know?
Not
Are you gonna
much.
be the next Mr. Wooten?
Yes.
We'll see.
She's more like an Ungaro.
I mean, I'm a female, so
Well, that's
That
what
would
I was
be-
kidding.
yeah.
leaning towards that.
All right, Will, it's your turn.
I go to the very prestigious University of Louisville,
Wow.
Speed Scientific
Real
School,
original.
to be official. Here in Louisville, Kentucky,
Officially.
do engineering. It's pretty fun.
It's off
Wow.
of my
What
person
kind of things
because
have
I'm
you
not in
engineered?
school currently.
I have built a windmill, like a small one. Not like
Oh, he's built a whole windmill.
I do a lot of like 3D production now, so right now I'm designing like concept cars. So that's cool.
Nice.
Do you do any 3D printing?
Yeah,
Mm.
I does.
I'm printing. If you've ever played the game Portal, I'm printing the Portal gun right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Like
right
big boy,
now.
like big
right
boy
now?
portal gun,
Yeah, it
like
is
actual
pretty
full size.
Wait, it's a little bit smaller than the official one because I got the dimensions a little bit wrong, but I'm just gonna go with it.
That's
It
pretty
does
You
it
should make
use
one the size of you.
The first build,
Yeah.
like, does it use that big boy printer that they have?
I
or is it
mean,
one of the normal ones?
I'm not doing it at First Build. I'm
Oh, you're
doing
not?
it. Brooks Dibble, another alumni. I'm doing it at his house.
He has a
Okay.
3D printer.
So he has a
he's
big boy?
He's got a. It's called an XYZ DaVinci, and it's got like an 8" by 8" by 8" build.
So are you like making the parts and
Yeah,
putting
making the
together?
parts
Okay.
and then assembling them.
Interesting.
So, Rachel, do you enjoy knowing exactly what's going on right now?
I know about 3D printing. My boyfriend works in
Oh.
a 3D printing lab.
I don't know anything,
Yeah.
so.
I'm not her boyfriend.
Yeah, let's make that
Let's get
clear.
that
That's
off.
why I didn't say
Yeah.
Will.
Alex, what school do you go to?
I'm interim.
He's currently unemployed.
Yeah, I am sort of I'm an ex-Cal. I'm not
He's
exactly.
in school limbo.
So yeah, I am in the limbo stage of school.
But you do have a school that you're
Yeah,
planning on
I'll be at
transferring to.
Transylvania. In the
Transy.
He
Isn't
doesn't
that
have
like a
chance to
movie
do
or
that about
something?
Transylvania.
Huh?
Yeah, does
Isn't that a
Dracula
movie?
live there?
Yeah, he does. That's what everyone. It's
Not
a
yet,
funny
he's
joke.
moving
That
in.
you don't hear that at all. when you
That's
go
not
there,
a
you know? They do have a dead body on campus though.
Does Adam
Like,
Sandler,
the
the
original
vampire,
building
live
has
there?
like some tombs in it, and
Cool.
you can go and stay.
Oh,
They do a
tombs.
competition. You can go stay the night in there on Halloween.
Why is that a competition?
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
feel like it's just
Wait,
a
what
good
do you
time.
what do you get if you win?
You just get to sleep in.
How
the
do you
crypt.
get a
win?
dead
You get to
body.
sleep in a crypt. Oh,
The
man.
prize is you
Halloween.
get to sleep.
You get to raid the tombs and get whatever you find.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Angelina Jolie.
You have to be
Sure.
Tomb Raider, but in
Tomb
real
Raider.
life.
That's not what I think
Tomb
of
Raider
when I think of
life.
Tomb Raider, but sure.
All right.
What
Well,
does she think of?
I think of the video game.
Yeah, I
She
think
thought
the
of-
video-
She thought of the movie.
Angelina Jolie.
the
That's
movie
what
is
she-
like
Of course they
based
don't
from
know
the
the
video
movie.
game.
As in, like,
Okay.
the bad one?
I don't know.
Is it even
I
out
just
yet?
know it is a movie.
I don't know. I'm just assuming it's gonna be
Tomb
bad.
Raider's
Because
a
I think
video-
they made one and
They're-
now they're making another one.
Yeah, Tomb Raider's an
They've
old
made a
movie.
while. All
I know
video
that.
game movies are bad. It's just kind of a rule of law.
Well,
I really don't think Tomb Raider's based
no.
on
Did you
a
see
video
the
game.
Did you see the original
It
Mario?
100% is. It
The
uses the
original
plot
Mario
line
Bros.
from the video game.
I don't know about that.
It's a little bit awkward to like
Okay.
make a movie adaptation of a video game.
Yeah,
really
video game movies are not necessarily bad, but movies based off of video games are always bad.
No,
Because like
Prince of
Ready
Persia
Player
was
One,
supposedly good, I think.
Ready Player One is
Was
not
that
based
bad?
off of a real video game, and it's
It's
pretty
based off
good,
a
I saw
lot
it.
of real video games, I thought.
No, it just has references to real video games.
I think I've heard Prince of
Look.
Persia's pretty good. I've heard it's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
I think the problem is people just force, like they're like, oh, we're given a video game plot, we have to do that plot. The plot of the game is what we do, and
Yeah,
then they
like
don't
Wreck-It
change.
Ralph.
life.
I mean,
Okay, Wreck-It Ralph was a quality movie.
Yeah, see, that wasn't
You
based
still haven't
off
seen
of a video
Wreck-It
game.
Ralph?
That's just a video game movie, and it's
I'm
good.
kidding.
But
I haven't seen it.
It was
it's
nice.
good.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
I haven't seen
Wreck-It.
either.
Randy.
No, the emoji.
Wreck-It Randy?
Wreck-It
The
Randy.
emoji movie is
Oh, the emoji
Oh.
movie. Oh, we're going back.
we made
that
a
was quite the
mistake.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
on Netflix.
Didn't we not talk about the emoji movie?
You didn't even go to see
Yeah,
it.
you didn't
You're
come
right,
see
I
it with
haven't
us.
seen it.
You
That
should
was
be
the
glad,
smartest
Will.
choice.
It was yeah, it was probably your
That was a
smartest
smart choice.
decision
That's yeah.
ever.
At least
We all wanted to die after that. We laughed before and we laughed after.
but never during.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
we didn't
when,
laugh
like-
at the. We laughed
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
movie, but not.
No,
at
I
the
don't
joke.
think we even laughed at the
No,
movie.
We
did.
laughed at
We
each other.
definitely
But
did.
there were also times where we were like, should we laugh? But then like us and all the little kids in the theater were just sitting there, like buried in
I
our
feel
shirts.
like
Kids
we
are like,
were
"Is that funny?"
that group of rowdy kids that makes the experience bad for everyone in the theater.
But we weren't
because
even that rowdy because the movie was
No,
so
we weren't
bad.
rowdy.
It
We were
was
one-
bad.
We
It's
said if it made us
justified,
laugh,
but
we
it
laughed.
still is like we were sitting in like the front row
Front left.
of like. So there's like these seats that are the bad seats,
Yeah, you
and
don't
then the
wanna
good seats. We were in the
Yeah.
front row of the good seats.
100%.
But we were just
And we
like,
brought in all our
like
snacks.
writhing. in
We
our
were,
seats,
yeah,
though.
I know. But to the people directly behind us, watching us, like,
There wasn't anyone directly behind us, I don't think.
yeah.
Everyone behind us was asleep because of how boring the movie
Yeah,
was.
There were a lot of people.
Did you
asleep.
make the experience bad, or did the movie make the experience bad?
The
I
movie
think it
did.
It was a
both.
team
It's the
effort.
movie.
It was a
Well,
team
we brought
effort.
snacks, so we were
Yeah,
fine.
we
It
did
wasn't
that,
our
yeah.
fault.
I saw Wonder Woman in the front row of the bad seats,
Mhm.
and that was bad because like I look up and I like
Break your
I don't know why they even
Look
put
at the
seats
action.
there.
I don't
like-
I don't know what the point is.
There are some visual effects in Wonder Woman that
From
look
the
really
picture.
funny if you isolate them from the rest of the movie because it's just her flailing around on screen with a funny background.
Well, yeah, Wonder Woman was a good movie. Why do we always talk about movies?
Because I don't know,
It's a good topic.
cultural.
Do you guys still
touchstone.
have those Thursday small group things?
No,
What
we wish the block
yeah.
schedule
They-
killed them.
Oh, so now there's nothing on Thursdays?
Yeah.
There's
we have
chapel,
chapel.
but no like small. There's nothing after chapel.
What?
It's just
And
do
chapel's
chapel.
like 20 minutes.
You
and
know
it's
how many
gonna
friends
be-
I have-
No, that's a lie.
You know how many friends I've made just from doing magic tricks from that class that I learned here? You know how many friends I've made? A
I
lot.
did yoga.
Like a
You
lot.
know, I learned this much Photoshop from Photoshop Fun. Can tell you that.
Really?
I learned this much because I already
you willing
knew
to learn,
stuff
though,
about
I think?
Photoshop.
I was willing to learn,
Like
but it,
she taught us stuff that I already
I
knew.
learned
So
some
it
nice
was like-
yoga with
I didn't know the stuff.
No,
I could
I
probably,
yoga mat, so
if I
let's
went
not
back
work
I was talking about
on
music.
Photoshop,
And then
Wow.
you really
I could
do it.
probably do
You got
some,
the
but not
photos
much.
longer, so
It's
you
It's
can plan it
expensive.
out for
I paid
like
$20 a
6
month for Creative Cloud.
And then you
I
say,
just
wow,
bit
shoot.
the bullet and paid I pay $50 a month for everything.
Yeah, but you
Gives you
get no.
everything.
That's what I do. But I have a student. You get a student discount when you get to college.
Except student discount is only in college.
But it's unreal. Let me tell you. I get
American Express has
Spotify.
a student discount.
That's cool.
You can get a free drink.
I don't ever have any Express. But I get Spotify.
You can get an admission discount. Get a free drink whenever you want at Holiday World. Go to Holiday World.
Yeah.
We're not sponsored.
Why would you be?
I don't.
He sounds so sponsored.
I thought we were.
I want to be sponsored so
They
that
also
we can
have free
buy
sunscreen.
better things.
And free
Who
coffee.
I
would
never
sponsor
used that
a
since
random
that was bad.
Yeah, I know,
podcast in the middle of Cal?
That's.
I mean,
the thing.
especially Holiday
I'll
World,
sponsor it.
who's also in Indiana.
What will you put in to sponsor it?
He'll be on the show whenever he's in town.
Buy
Well,
something
you
for
know what,
me.
in
I don't know. We'll do like a yard sale. Like
Sponsored by a
okay,
yard sale.
3 weeks at my place. You know where it is. I'll have a yard
Place.
sale. Sponsoring this video.
What?
All right,
So he'll be donating about $20.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have any summer plants?
You gonna have any summer plants?
I have summer plants.
You really?
I have 2 cactuses, yeah.
Cacti.
Whoa.
I have summer plans.
What are your
What are you
plans?
gonna do?
I'm gonna go to school.
Oh, I dropped my
Yeah.
goldfish.
I go to school until the end of
Yeah.
July
Do you
Wow.
really?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
babysit.
Why?
because it's the way it works.
When do you move in?
Winter break.
Is that a speed school?
I
thing or a
don't
U
get
of
a.
L
I get
thing?
The end
a
of
break
August?
in between July 26th
That's
and
early
August
moving?
20 something.
For
Mm.
first.
Yeah.
Is that a U of
Because
L
we don't
thing or
do
a
our
speed
classes.
school?
That's a
Until
speed
then.
school thing.
Ah.
But I
This
don't
is
have to go
only
to.
like
I don't have to go to
3-4
classes
hours.
in the spring.
It's a small.
Oh, we
I think
really?
that's
That's
about
neat.
beside
I
mine.
go work.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
went to orientation in
I
April.
might get to do it
Work
early
is
because
good.
I'm
Like a
moving
big
also-
boy
they
job.
But
started
you don't
like
move in until the
What's
end.
your big boy job?
Yeah.
When do your classes
I don't know
start?
yet.
In September?
I'm trying to work for
First
Tesla.
September.
I'm moving in
Send an
August
application.
12th.
And then they have a May term thing, so I could
I'm gonna
take
DM
it
Elon
down
Musk in a
like-
couple days with a couple good ideas. I'm not even
Moving in
kidding. I'm
early
going
'cause I'm gonna
to.
be like that.
You're gonna DM him.
Yeah,
They're
DM him. I
starting
follow
to
him
think
on
it's like a
Twitter.
student ambassador thing, but for transy.
Oh, no.
For like freshmen.
Hey Alex, you're not allowed to hold conversations.
Yeah, Alex, you're
You're
really
not in
distracting
the
over there.
shot,
I'm
so-
sorry, I'll go off myself.
Don't say that.
Well,
I don't think that's.
Let's
this
talk about- let's
podcast
talk
is
about
not
that.
sponsored
No.
by suicide.
That okay.
Please
All
don't.
this needs to be cut.
No,
No. Some of this might be salvageable, apparently.
some of
I have a
it.
random bruise on my arm.
So Isaac, where'd you get your water? From Kroger?
Probably.
So
Got it, it's
Memorial Day
Kroger brand.
Just happened.
Isaac, do you remember when I used to bully you?
Oh yeah, every day. No.
Oh, that was. Oh,
You're gonna make Cal
do you all
ice
like? I don't know if you can see them in the shot, but do you like these drawings that we did
I do.
on the board?
I don't like them. What are
You
they?
don't. Why don't you
I like
like?
the big
They're
fat meaty
SpongeBob
one.
drawings.
Yeah, but they're like weird and.
I don't know. The big fat meanie one's pretty
I
good.
feel like
Yeah,
that
that one's my
that's pretty
favorite.
Oh,
good.
big fat meaning ones. Patrick is like, it's like the.
Patrick looks like
Patrick looks
he,
like a tongue.
He looks like
Yeah.
what's it?
A tongue.
Bob versus or from Megamind. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Bob
The Blob.
Yeah, the Blob.
That's not from Megamind. That's from Monsters vs. Aliens.
Is that
Oh,
what
yeah,
it is?
that
I was
is.
thinking
Yeah.
Monsters versus. That didn't come
Yeah.
out.
Jeez,
Squidward's tentacles.
Rachel
are-
doesn't know.
This,
Is
no,
it
I do
Megamind?
know.
Wasn't he in Megamind too?
He might
No, he
be.
wasn't in Megamind.
Why would he be in Megamind? That's
Well, is it
part of
Monsters
the
vs.
franchise.
Aliens and Megamind the
No.
same thing?
No.
No,
The
it's
universes do not
like it for a
cross.
while.
We're going to movies again.
They're essentially the same movie, though.
I thought they were. I thought
Same
is it Megamind
animation.
in Monsters
It's
vs.
DreamWorks.
Aliens?
No.
No. Megamind is not in.
Okay, never
This
mind.
little,
I
like,
apologize.
bugs- this little bug
Because they
bugs
use
in-
actually the same animation, and they're both DreamWorks, and they both are just
and they're
kind
about
of
monster things.
okay.
Yeah.
Megamind had that
And-
big blue head.
No, I know who Megamind was.
And then there's like a little bug thing.
Who played him? I can't remember.
Don't-
Megamind played him.
No, who played Megamind?
Megamind.
No, Megamind did not. play
Megamind is real.
He's a real man. In this
Okay.
world of ours.
He plays himself.
Yeah.
Oh, it was.
Megan Mind.
Was it Steve
Megan
Carell?
Mind.
Megan-
It was Megan Mind.
Megan M.
That's who
Mind.
played it.
Yeah, Megan Mind. It was Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. Okay.
Really?
Yikes.
I didn't know
He
that.
stooped
Yeah.
for that role.
Brad Pitt played Metro Man.
That I do remember that.
He stooped for that one too.
Jonah Hill played Titan.
Who?
Oh,
wait, he's
oh,
not-
Titan, but it's spelled Tighten.
Because
Oh, why did that?
tight.
He's in
Tight,
Revelation
dog.
Or something.
He's freaking tight.
Tina Flay.
Tina
Flay?
Flav.
Tina
Flavor
Flay
Flav.
Mignon played Roxanne Ritchie. Dude, David Cross was a minion, but not like the minion.
I got you.
He was minion.
He was Minion, who
Tina
was
Fey's
like
pretty
the
good. They watch
fish.
Parks and Rec.
He was the fish in the robot.
yeah.
Tina Fey wasn't in Parks and Rec.
That
was
is a
him.
63
Wait,
on
so-
Amy
Metascore.
Poehler.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a pretty good movie.
I just messed
Why
that
does he
up.
look like
We
Jesus?
can cut that part. Do you even know what Jesus looks like?
Do you know what Jesus?
That is not what Jesus looks like.
Jesus was born.
Jesus, I hate to be the
Jesus
person to
was
break
born
it to you,
3
but
days
Jesus was
ago.
not white.
Jesus was Middle Eastern.
What about East
I've
Eastern?
always
Hate to be
believed
the
that
first.
destiny chooses our path in
Why are
life.
we watching this?
Is this the podcast?
Is this the trailer?
Is your sidekick.
Hey, please stop.
You are destined for. Destined
Maybe
for
copyright
what?
strike.
Yeah, seriously.
Copyright
You're gonna have
strike
to
on
be
the
like
Mega
$3.
Mind.
No, it was like okay. It was 19 seconds. So if you cut out like 10 of those, we'll be fine.
It doesn't matter. I don't think we're gonna get
They're
copyright
gonna
strike
charge you
for
$3
that.
because no one cares.
Well, it's even worse than that because you just can't monetize the video. If it-
Oh no, we can't monetize our video that gets about a maximum of 100 views.
Yeah.
Do you
Well,
That's a lot
monetize your
of
videos?
we can't. You have to have like a certain amount of total views and subscribers.
What if I told you I could get you that many views and subscribers?
I mean,
Then I would accept.
I think that breaks the terms of service because one of the things says like, I will not use like, I will not create accounts to artificially raise my.
Well,
yeah,
accounts.
you won't. Didn't
That's
say
true.
I would.
You'll know about that.
Will is going to.
Are you gonna like make a robot that? I don't know.
No, because
No,
the robots
but-
can't click the boxes.
That's true. They it says it asks, "Are you a robot?" and it has to say no because it. Has
Oh, you can't figure out which ones are street signs.
To, yeah, you
Well,
gotta figure
some
out.
of them can.
I can't, honestly. They
Yeah,
ask
it's
you,
really-
and some of them are iffy. Like
They
they're
give
on
you
the
like
line, you're
144p pictures.
Like a quarter
It's
of a street sign.
And you're like, does this count? Does it
yeah,
not?
and it's like which one has cars? And like the 3 pixels in the corner are of a tire. It's like is that a car? Or does that count? I don't know.
It'll be like
It just
a
could be
bus.
someone's
You're like, is a
finger.
bus count
Is a
as
bus a car? I don't know.
Transportation.
So let's see. How would you describe your time at Cal?
Whoa, long.
Long.
I started going to Cal when I was 2, so like
Wait, what?
yeah, I started going to Cal at like daycare when I was 2. So I was at Cal for 16 years.
Wow.
She's never known anything else.
Now I have, but I'm also in another Christian
eyes
Never
bubble
known
of school.
anything else.
I've never gone to anywhere but
She
private
is
school.
a Christian bubble.
Now I'm at a liberal.
She
arts
is the
school.
Christian bubble.
Yes.
Yes. Anyways,
Can I-
but yeah, it was good.
I don't know.
I
So
enjoyed
Will,
it.
what was how was yours at Cal?
I spent 13 years at Cal, so it was a pretty decent amount of time.
But how?
I didn't mean
not
to make
how
this all
long?
about
How?
relief. I do apologize.
What?
Yeah.
How would you
Hey, how was your
describe-
time? It was really long. I spent a while
16
here.
years, yeah.
That's
it
pretty
was-
much the outstanding
16.
like quality
Yeah, just that
factor
I started when I
that
was
goes
2.
into.
I-
You get out of Cal, it's
graduated
like,
when I was
wow, that was a
18.
long time.
If I think about how Cal was, I have to think about it in terms of
Not a
increments.
Okay,
Like-
begin your
In terms of
first
what?
Like
increment.
increments? Like elementary,
Oh, okay,
middle,
yes.
and then high.
Elementary was pretty
Like,
good.
I don't. Elementary was cool, I guess.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
don't
no one
remember
really
that.
remembers it, and it was like
Yeah.
all fine.
Honestly,
All of my
honestly, I
elementary
wish
teachers from Rock Creek have moved here.
I wish I would have tried harder in elementary.
Oh yeah, it would have really impacted your
I wish I would
future.
have tried harder freshman year because no one told me that your grades actually go towards your GPA in
Yeah.
freshman year. And
People
I
told
did
me
not
that, but
know.
I didn't know that it
Of course
was.
you knew, but I didn't know. And
Like-
so yeah,
Yeah, it was.
High school was good. I do miss Cal high school at times.
yeah. I miss the people.
Yeah, I
And
miss the
teachers.
people. I miss the class like variety as well. Because like
But
everything.
I don't miss having back-to-back classes all day long.
Yes.
Actually, I have that still
I'm
right now,
looking
but-
forward to not having that. That's gonna be
Everything I have is fundamentally based on math, and it kind of sucks because I want to do music again. I want to do English. I actually really like.
But
English.
music has math aspects.
I mean, okay, yeah, but I'm not.
Yeah, Will, how could you know what
I'm
2
not
4
trying to
is?
calculate the density of a sun inside.
Can you please calculate the density of this 8th note?
Okay.
How loud would a sound have to be to push the sun out of its
Actually,
orbit
probably-
around the?
This
I
loud.
don't think that's a thing.
Ow, that wasn't loud.
No,
You
the
know
sun
how
orbits
loud
the
it
Do you know
center
what
of the
Cal has
galaxy,
done to me
black hole.
though? Cal has ruined the way I eat food because I can no longer
Eat longer
eat
than
in
20
longer
minutes.
Than 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Seriously. I'll give myself an hour long for break. For break, I can't even. Wow, break. That's
Yeah.
not a thing. For
Well,
lunch,
we still
I'll
have
give
break.
myself.
It's just 5 minutes short.
No, I know. I don't have that.
Wow.
But I give myself an hour for lunch, and I sit there, get my food, and I'm done in 15 minutes. And I'm like, I literally can't quit.
That's
eating
something
this.
that you wouldn't expect like Cal to affect, but
But it
But I
does.
guess-
That was probably the
But
biggest
it-
thing
that
that's
way
changed
for
about me.
15 years.
Yeah.
Like all your, like most of your
I
life.
got.
It's
I'm
crazy.
curious because I guess I do eat really
You
quick.
probably do. You just don't. Well, not
You
that,
you'll
but-
notice it when you get into college. Trust
Like,
me.
seriously,
Everyone else will
you
be
could
taking
have-
their sweet time, and then
Yes,
you'll
on
be there.
Thursdays I have a 2-hour-long break at least this last semester, and so I'll go to eat, and I'm like, now I have, geez, an hour and 45 minutes left, and I'm just sitting here, and like all these other people are like chilling, still eating their food, and I'm just like, I have been ruined forever.
My-
Sometimes it comes in handy, but
Yeah.
rarely.
My first semester, I had 3 classes on Monday. I had like one at 8 a.m., one at 4 p.m., and then one at noon, and then the one at noon ended halfway through the semester. So I had like 7 hours in between my first and my second
Oh,
class.
that's gross.
So like I would try to find stuff to fill time with, and I'd be like, okay, I'll go eat, and then 10 minutes later, I'd be like,
You're like,
what now?
What's next?
So I just had to like fill my day because I didn't want to drive home and come back because that's all I got.
How many classes did you take?
First semester, 18 hours. No,
classes.
16 hours.
How many classes?
Oh, like total?
Number of classes.
6.
Yeah. Okay. So a lot of
Wow,
my
that's
friends just take
immediately
like.
less than what we have to take.
Well, a lot of my friends take like
They're harder to.
5 classes because they're each like 15. They're each like 3 credits and stuff. But with music, I literally took 12 classes last semester, like the first semester, and then I took like 10 or 11 this semester because I have a 0 credit hour class, and it sucks.
Oh.
And then like most of my other classes are 1 credit hour, and like even sometimes you have to take certain music classes for no credit because you still have to be in them, but you just don't have time in your schedule.
That's disgusting.
Like I'm gonna take orchestra next semester for no credit because I have to be in it no matter what, and like
That sucks.
yeah,
That's dumb.
it is dumb.
Why would?
I'm taking 4 classes right now, 12 credit hours, and it's whatever.
Yeah, and I only had room this coming semester. I only have room for 1 gen ed, and it's a night class because that's the only place I can fit it in. It's accelerated though, so it starts in October.
See, I'm done by like
It's
3 o'clock
psychology.
at the latest every day.
That sounds lit.
That ain't me.
It's pretty good. My day, for me, like
It's good to be busy.
one of my classes is online only. Like the professor is there. He doesn't lecture, but the professor sits there if like you need help, so you don't have to go.
He's a proctor.
So like my Monday and Wednesday they start at 9:30 a.m. and I'm out by 1:15.
And that's it for the day?
That's it.
So what do you do with the rest of your time?
What do I do with the rest of my time?
Besides study.
That's a great question. Study. I do a lot of studying. I spent probably 15 hours doing calculus last week.
I didn't.
Homework.
Yeah,
That makes me want to.
Confident
That sounds.
I
Yeah.
spent a lot of time. Again, like everything I do is math based, so it all blends together.
Yeah.
So it's like what I'm doing in my statics class is similar to what I'm doing in my calculus class.
Yeah.
So it's just I'm
That's
just doing
probably
a lot of this.
kind of nice.
It's kind of nice,
plus,
but
but
I'd like
also
some variety.
Math, so
Well, you don't get any variety, but at the same time, like it's not a whole lot of like you learn a few new things, but it's kind of the same basic.
Yeah. Consequently, I've gotten really good at math.
No way.
know.
Wow,
Well, what's
I'm only
23
like
plus 92?
Oh frick. I can't do basic math anymore.
115.
You can't.
No, like okay, so
I haven't lost it.
first semester I took a test and we had this. You haven't had AP calculus tests. You don't know what integrals are.
I took
so
that
I had a
freshman
really
year.
really
What are you
Start
talking
to remember
about?
what integrals are.
I had
I'm
a
just
really
kidding, it's
really
the
hard.
antiderivative, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a really hard integral, and
Isaac.
I'm telling a story.
Sorry, I dropped my gold pen.
Just kidding. But I had a really hard integral, and I solved it completely correctly. But at the end, instead of adding like 3 plus 5, I added 3 plus 7, and got the answer wrong. And he took off half credit, like for the whole problem. And I was like,
That is so not
I was
the
like,
calc test.
I went to him and I said, "Look, I did like almost the entire thing right. Why did I lose so many points?"
wrong
And
answer.
he goes, "No offense, but if this were real life and you were designing an airplane, that person would be dead." I was like,
least
"Oh
that
shoot,
one.
you're right. Okay,
I get it.
that's fair."
That's like on the AP calc test though. Like even if you totally put in the wrong numbers on accident, if you did the right stuff with the wrong numbers, you still get credit.
Yeah.
They'll take off at least a point or 2, but you still get credit.
Mm.
You know what I am sad about? That
Okay, bye, Isaac.
one thing that I do miss about high school is being involved in the AP memes.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't really care.
I
AP
care.
World History.
I
memes
care.
this
AP
year.
memes.
Lit.
That was
I didn't really care
AP
about them
Calc.
at the time.
Did you hear about the AP Lit test?
No, I didn't hear
This
about the
year?
AP.
You didn't hear
I don't
about it?
keep up with the
Tell them
AP
about the AP
test.
Lit test.
Oh, yeah, so one of the passages
They
was
had-
called
they had,
plants, and basically just,
satire.
it's the whole thing is just
They
personifying
didn't know
plants.
Yeah.
And so everyone just starts writing about maybe environmentalism or something. It wasn't like really a clear message. It was just her saying like plants are like people. We look her up afterwards. She's from the Caribbean, and the poem is about white imperialism.
They had satire, but no one
But
caught it.
to be honest, everyone started tweeting at her, and she's like, "It's open to interpretation, sorta." So I mean, like, I guess there's other ways to look at it. And then everyone's like,
Well, the AP people aren't gonna think that.
No.
and then Mr. Rice just keeps trying to calm us down, like, "Don't worry, you're being great against everyone else."
It's true. If
So
everybody
no
else
one
knows-
else understood it, you,
There's probably the
There's a
one person
curve.
who's like, I know this author.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I touched.
There's always
a
that
friend at
one
Eastern.
kid.
They had-
Yeah.
You always hate that
That kid
one
was
kid.
not me.
Eastern had one person in there, all their AP Lit classes that knew that author and was able to talk about stuff.
Bummer.
That was it. So
Yeah.
Wow.
So
I think
Yeah, I
our
took my
AP
first
lit
We
passage
took our
was
first AP
something.
test
yeah, that was.
a
Oh,
few
was
days
it?
ago. AP
No,
World
it was
History.
like
It was
last Thursday.
a few days ago.
That's several
That's it. It's
days.
enough. It's okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually. We had a lot
Yeah,
of
it wasn't as
trains.
bad as I thought it was. Yeah, the DBQ was about trains. I don't know how far in of that I'm allowed to say, but
You are now. You're okay. talking
Yeah, they
about it.
published the
Oh, they
essays.
did? Okay.
We just
Two
can't
days
discuss
after-
multiple choice
Oh
questions.
yeah.
yeah.
As if you remember it
So
again.
Isaac, how about the multiple choice question?
I remember
kidding.
the
You
one
have to cut
about
this part.
Number 4 was
Islam.
Q.
This
yeah,
Islam.
the slum.
You're
So
smart
yeah,
to
there
have
were
taken
it was
AP history,
trains.
though.
We had to talk about trains.
And how
And
it
then-
affected empire building.
Yeah, and then the LEQ was like
What did- I
The
never
what?
took
the one that I did
AP
was
history.
about like the Colombian exchange.
I don't
What
know
did- what did
these
you call
letters
that?
stand for.
What?
What is it?
The LEQ.
What
What is the
stand for?
LEQ?
Long essay
Yeah,
question.
they changed.
Oh,
Where
they
you
did
basically-
change it, didn't they?
Yeah,
I
you
know.
basically
Okay.
have to just write a DBQ but without documents.
Yeah,
We had something similar to that, but it wasn't called that.
Yeah, I've heard that they've changed it a little bit. I think
Yeah.
it's
A-Push changed this year, and AP Gov changes next year. It's like a new system we're going to.
mm,
By the way, AP Gov was the easiest test I've ever taken. in AP. Like, we all finished like 45 minutes early.
Are you gonna get any credit for that in
Huh?
college?
Yeah. At Transy, if I do like, because I do like political science, I can get out of
No,
the basic
well, yeah,
class.
they'll do it.
And same with micro. I think I do good on micro, so if I can get out of like an economics class.
You know what I got gypped on?
What?
A lot of stuff. I
At
took AP theory
WKU, at
and-
WKU, they give you double credit if you get a 4 or 5 on something. And I was gonna be halfway through a history major going in my year.
No, like I took AP theory.
But now I'm
And-
going to Transy.
I took AP theory and I got a 5.
Yeah.
And so then I go to Union and I take a placement test. And it's only the highest it'll let you skip is the first semester, which is fundamentals. Like this is a quarter note, this is a treble
my
clef.
God.
no.
And so I just started learning new things last semester, like the end of last semester.
Oh,
This
man.
semester.
That's
It's
not-
It took me 2 semesters to learn something.
Why
new.
would they have?
Did
I
you
have
go
one
to
more
class?
semester.
Why
I
would
went
they-
to class and then they realized partway through that I should have been able to skip another one, but it was too late. And so that was 4 credit hours. Each class is 4 credits. And so I have 1 semester of it left.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I didn't get any credit for music theory.
It does make me feel way better, thanks, but
Like, I passed the test, but I didn't.
Yeah.
In engineering, there's no room for music.
there's not.
Mhm.
I didn't get
Unless
any
it's
You could
sound
engineer a
engineering.
xylophone.
Sure.
Yeah, so
3D printed.
there was like
xylophone.
2 people in the
That'll work.
AP physics class this year, or whatever one of them was.
Yeah.
And they had to make
credit. Okay,
like
physics?
like a mallet instrument.
Really?
They had to make like a 5
Wait, who
or
did?
6 bar mallet instrument.
That's
They had to
cool.
like
In AP
pitch
physics?
it perfectly. and
5 or
everything.
6 bars. That's not.
Well,
5 octaves.
it,
They had
it
to
was
make a 5
difficult 'cause they had to like
octave.
Yeah,
shave
at
it
least
and
7 or
like
8.
carve it and figure it all out to where the
Yeah, they're
pin
not
would
gonna
be
make.
within
They're not gonna
so
have them
many,
make a
Wait,
5
wasn't
octave
Eric doing-
marimba.
No.
Yeah.
You made that so you could practice something. Never mind.
What are you just said a thought? And
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
understand the thought.
I'm good though.
What is your thought process?
Okay, didn't you make some like wooden thing that had all the bars on it so you could go home and like
Oh, yeah,
practice?
yeah.
For some reason, I was thinking that Eric Parr made something like I don't know
No,
why Eric
I
did
took
this.
I had a piece that I was working on, I think sophomore or junior year, and I wanted to practice at home, so I took just a
plywood.
plywood, and I took duct tape and like measured out the bars and recreated it.
Mm.
There you go.
You should recreate that, but then have like conductive surfaces on each bar, and
Yeah.
then have it connected to a computer so it plays the note.
I could do that, but I probably won't.
Yeah,
what's
because
nice
he
about
has like
college.
school to do, and that would take.
That's
I
true.
don't have time.
That's what's nice about college is that now I live way closer to my practice area.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive 20 minutes to go practice a song.
I drive 20 minutes to go to school.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm
I
moving
meant 20
into
minutes from here.
moving into a house.
But
Are you?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Really?
I'm already
With
in
a
a
bunch of
house.
people?
With from Cal alumni, Christopher
Really?
Lund, not Brooks Dibble, he goes to Cedarville. Brendan Sullivan,
Hope he's not watching.
Keelan Allen,
Well, how long
and
is
then a
Brendan
couple
going
of
to be
kids.
there?
Not long.
Till summer.
When does he get married?
Shout out to Brendan
Summer.
Sullivan for
This summer?
getting married.
No, 2019.
Not yet,
Okay, I was gonna
but he's
say
getting
in
married
March.
next year.
Wow.
He was my mentor.
Yep.
He's pretty cool, dude.
Shout out to
He
Brendan.
is. Shout out.
Now he can mentor you and others.
I doubt he's gonna watch this.
Can you cut that out,
Ah.
Matt?
I don't even know if it
Yeah,
got
no,
picked up,
he proposed a couple weeks ago, and then next year.
Careful what you're saying.
I can't remember when he's getting married.
Oh, 29, summer 2019.
See, how long have
Summer
they been
20
dating?
I
I, guess I
heard
didn't realize they
maybe.
were dating. so
They've been
long.
dating since freshman year.
Yeah,
I
didn't
remember.
realize that.
Maybe it was. I think it was freshman year because
He
I
said
was.
they've been dating 4 years.
I was on a trip, whitewater rafting, and I get this email from Brendan, and it's just this picture of this girl, and I sent back. I was like, "Why did you send me a picture of this girl?" And then he's like, "She's cute, isn't she?" I was like, "Yeah." And then 4 years later, they're getting married.
Wow.
I was like, "Okay, cool."
Are you gonna be the best man, Will?
I don't know how that's gonna go down.
Yeah,
'cause
I wouldn't push it.
if you recall, it's like me, Brendan, Christopher, and
Yeah,
Brooks.
there's
You
like
could be the best
there's a
man.
bunch of you that
Yeah,
are
just
really
have
I feel like
Just have a few.
I feel like each one of us
Best
is gonna be a
posse.
best man for the other, like a different one's wedding.
Oh, you can work
There you
that
go,
out.
there you
Yeah,
go.
like make a circle.
Yeah, this
but-
could be the beginning.
I don't
and
know.
then you gotta-
I've thought about that, but I didn't want to bring
Brooks
it up
has
just
brothers,
because there's.
Yeah.
Brooks better.
Oh, screw his brothers. Just kidding. He doesn't like them.
Okay, hope no one watches it.
Earlier, I'm surprised I kept this thought in my mind for that
Me too,
long.
I'm proud of
Earlier,
you.
when we were talking about, like, I think Rachel, you said like, "Darn it, I'm losing it."
Can't leave
Think,
something
Matt,
in your
think.
head.
It was, well, I don't remember what exactly you said, but it was. I thought about how it's funny how all these like when people graduate high school or like they're seniors and they do senior chapel and they do the video thing and it's like, what advice would you have? And well, there's also like, what do you wish you would have known freshman year? And it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, I said that
yeah,
grades matter.
that grades matter, and it's funny because every year it's like, I wish I knew this freshman year, and then no one tells the freshmen of the next year.
That
No
was
one
them
does
telling them.
anything
That was them
about
telling
it.
them.
Yeah,
I don't
it's like no one.
It's whatever.
You right though.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's whatever.
it's funny how it's like, what advice would you have? But then no one gives the advice. Like no one actually does anything.
Ooh, you're gonna call from Lagrange.
But what did
Everybody
you-
knows that your grades from middle school really determine what college you get into.
Mhm.
Grad school.
The only possible way that could be true is in 8th grade when you get put in like maybe like, oh, I get into
Well,
algebra or geometry,
And then
but even
classes
still.
and stuff. Like, determines.
Also, word of advice: take as many AP classes as you're capable of.
That's.
I'm taking
well,
3 next year.
Because
Wait, Will,
get
how
out
many
of
did you take
stuff.
last year?
Oh, I don't even think about it. Like
I
Are
took
you
6.
guys able to do
five.
CLEP tests?
Ooh.
Clep test? What is a clep test?
Maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
It's where you can like study a little bit and you can take a test to get out of taking a class.
No, I can't do that.
Well, I mean, people in general, not just you.
At speed?
I mean, at U of L.
At U of L, probably.
Okay.
In like, I see speed differently than U of L because of how it's structured.
Speed.
Speed. I
The John Breckenridge Speed
am
Scientific School.
speed.
John Breckenridge.
Or James
I was near
Breckenridge. Is it James
Breckenridge.
Breckenridge or John Breckenridge?
Well,
I
which
can't
one? What,
John
how old is he?
Heckenridge.
He's dead.
Is he the one that was the Confederate general?
He's responsible for bringing concrete to Louisville.
Concrete?
Then probably
Yeah.
not the same Breckenridge.
Didn't-
I'm thinking of.
In
Hold
his
up, is it
school
John
Because
or
that
James?
Breckenridge graduated
Hang
from
on.
Francie, and so did
Bringing
Jefferson
concrete
Davis.
to concrete was like, how is that not already
Concrete
widespread?
production.
It's gotta
Oh,
be
concrete
some-
production.
Yeah.
I was like, I
Comes
thought
through
you meant the
somehow.
technology of concrete. I was like,
No.
didn't the Romans
Spit
make
all
that
over
or
the-
something?
Yeah, he was a Roman.
He brought it to Louisville.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, I'm taking 3 AP classes next year.
Which ones?
AP Push, AP Lang, and then AP Chem, which I've heard is gonna be really
Oh,
hard.
you're doing AP Chem?
It's James
Yeah.
Breckenridge.
That's hell.
I've heard it's really hard. That's what I've heard. But I've
People
also,
don't pass very often.
yeah, but I also like when people say that, it makes me
What
want
do
to
you
take
want to
it
do? Or
more.
don't you want to go like pre-med?
No,
What do you
Why
even
are
want
you
to do?
in
I
HOSA?
didn't. What do you want to do?
Isaac-
no idea.
Isaac, look me in the eyes.
Yeah,
What do you
I
want to do
can
with your
relate
life?
that.
You have to decide right now.
I didn't
Right
decide
now.
what I made
Can
What
I-
you say right now, it's
Right before I
recorded.
started
That means you have to do it.
I'm gonna try it double.
Look at the camera.
I want to be an ancient Roman sculptor.
That's really weird. Yeah, another thing
No
to
hope
note.
for Isaac. Don't take AP classes then.
A lot of people come into college thinking that like they have to know what they're doing immediately.
It's like-
No, like 2 or
That's
3 of
not
my
the
friends were
case.
undecided majors for their first semester or
Yeah.
year, and then because then you get a lot of gen eds out of the way. Although if you want to end up doing music, that you kind of need to know what you're doing. Like there's a guy at uni right
No.
now who didn't decide he wanted to do music until his 3rd year, and this is his 6th year right now, and he's still not graduating.
Oh no.
Okay, no. If
Because
you're
you
waiting
can't
till
finish,
your
you
third year,
can't
that's
finish
pretty
music.
garbage.
Well, he thought he was doing something else, and then he was like, "Actually, I want to do music." And so, like at that point, you probably should have taken the leap of faith before, because you can't finish music.
I know I
in
don't
4
want to
years.
do music.
That's okay.
I want to still
I didn't know I
play
wanted to do
music
until the
occasionally,
summer
but I don't
before.
want to do music.
That's what I thought.
as
I
a
didn't know I
job.
wanted to do music until the summer before.
Yeah,
I'm
weren't
still
you
thinking
gonna,
about
like-
going back and getting a nursing degree
Yeah.
when I'm older.
Mm. You'll be older than this.
I mean, technically, you
No,
can
not that
you
one.
can get into med school with any degree.
I don't want to get into med school.
Same with law school.
She wants to be
Law
like
school
a
can do
basic
anything.
nurse.
Except, I feel like music wouldn't be really Like,
MRN.
I mean, you have to take prereqs, but
yeah.
if you
Get
take the
wrecked.
prereqs, if you take the prereqs,
how
I
many
know.
Get
gen-eds
pre-rec.
do you have that's-
It's before you
How many
actually
gen-eds
get
do I
wrecked,
have?
you get
Pre-rec.
pre-rec.
Like, how many have I taken, or how many do I still have to
Like,
take?
how many do you have? Just like
How many
I
credit
don't.
hours
I don't
is
know
a
how.
speed
I if
degree?
I
Why do
have,
they call them credit hours?
That's
Like,
just
That's what they are.
It's not.
it's
It's
based on
weird.
how many hours you spend a week in the class.
Because you take a
pretty
certain amount, kind of. You take a certain
Pretty
amount of credit hours every semester. Your max is like 16.
usually 16 to 18.
And then you can
Why
go
do you have a
higher.
max?
The max is
But
Oh.
the max,
the max is
usually
like what
18.
scholarships
It depends on the
cover.
school.
What
Yeah.
you mean? When
The max that your scholarships will cover is 16. And then
Well,
from there
depends on
on.
the school.
Yeah, it depends on
At
the
my school, the max that your scholarships will cover
At my school, it's different.
At mine
is
it's 18.
16.
At my school, I'm not in college.
It's 12 to 16, so you have to
At my
take 12
school,
in order
our
to be
credit
full-time.
hours are
Wow.
like
Which is
7
not.
hours a day.
That's not much at all.
No, it's not. It's like 12 to 16 hours to be full time, and
If you
then
want,
if you
like,
take more, you have to
graduate
pay
like
extra.
4 years, you have to get like 16 hours every year.
You know how many credit hours? Yeah, this won't be much because you haven't looked at it. But my major, music education, is an 120-hour course plan.
Is that a lot?
That's a whole lot. Most are
I
like
think
less
mine's
than
130.
You're in speed school.
True.
So, but most of them are like less than 100. Like some of my
I think
friends
mine's
are like
130.
Man.
70 and stuff, and I'm
I mean, it's a bit-
120.
And
you're
you're
like,
taking 0 hour, like 0 credit hour courses.
but
too?
there's still class periods, and so like,
You're getting good at playing.
They're
the music.
literal hours. They're just not credit hours.
Okay.
well, most majors they make you do a minor.
Mm-hmm.
But with music education, it's essentially a music major with an education
You
minor.
play major chords and minor chords.
I sure do.
Okay, something real stupid on those credit hours.
I also take brass.
Because I take these like labs that are.
My music
Did you
teacher
just
has
throw a
lab.
goldfish at him? That's
Yeah.
disgustingly
Like
rude.
ants.
Pig.
Anyways, okay, so I take these lab classes, whether it's chemistry, physics, or whatever.
My music theory had a lab.
Yeah, I mean, like there are labs for
But it's
all
just
for all
class.
majors, but anyways, my labs will be like 3 hours long, and they
Yeah.
might have a lecture a week, and it's only 1 credit hour class.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they're
And
important.
it's so stupid because they're required.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Putting
they
a lot
shouldn't
of
do
work.
it credit hours. They should just have like.
That's gonna take a long time to just completely entirely
Yeah.
switch
Yeah, I
the
know.
system. No,
I
credit hours are
understand.
honestly fine.
I understand that they shouldn't, that they can't switch it, but I feel like there's probably a better way to do it.
No,
than,
you're
It's
wrong.
the best way as a. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good. Way.
It's
they
decent.
should just
It makes
invent time
sense.
travel.
It makes sense, but
And then
some
train
majors
you
like
since
his are
you're
just
born.
ridiculous. So there you go. What time is this final over?
12.
12. Oh my
Do you know
gosh.
people
you
in
guys
the
get
rooms
an hour
next to
and
us
a half.
taking a final?
There's
That
the
is the
bathroom.
bathroom, I think. Yeah, and then I don't know about that one.
This was Miss Case's room, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Yes, it was.
No.
Yes, this was Miss
Are you
Casey.
sure?
Yes, this was 100%.
You
Yeah,
still
you're
go
right,
here,
you're
why
right.
not?
Huh?
He
No,
still
he
goes.
doesn't. He
went
stopped
here
last week.
more than I
Well,
did.
because Case isn't in this room.
Well,
She's
you're
a
right.
part-time.
Yeah, because that's where the
Yeah, that's the vocab.
Boom.
the misspelled words or whatever, the
I have
grammatical
no-
errors. And
I have no
real life.
reference
It's
to
a,
this.
it's a lot.
Never what?
Feels a lot smaller. Than
Well, that desk's being slanted still,
Yeah.
kind of like.
Shadow is differently slanted, I feel like.
I mean, probably a
It's a
different
bit more
angle.
steep.
Mm. Changing
Alright,
the
so
angle.
we're gonna go off on a little tangent here.
Isn't that what we've been doing the whole time?
Yeah,
No, we
that's
were, that
entirely
was like
what this is.
our topic was like college stuff.
Okay.
This is one at a time. I guess we'll start with Will. What instead of what would you do for $1 million? What wouldn't you do for $1 million?
What wouldn't I do for?
Yeah, what's something that even if they give you $1 million, you wouldn't do it?
Ooh.
And now we're gonna have silence while you think.
That's
Go
a
on
hard
to Rachel.
question.
Go on to Rachel.
No,
I
he
mean,
said
yeah,
Will
you can
first.
think.
Go on to
So-
Isaac.
I think I have mine. I'm not sure yet.
Well, then give it.
No, but I've not formulated the entire thing.
Matt, what's your answer?
I don't have one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
kick
You
a
get
baby
to
in the
have-
face.
What?
You wouldn't kick a
It's
baby
such
in
an
the
open-ended question. Like, there's so
That's
much.
very open-ended. There's a lot of cool things.
Okay,
that
here
we say.
also to make it even more open-ended, it doesn't matter if it's illegal or not.
Okay, I probably wouldn't do anything like massively illegal. I wouldn't murder. I wouldn't.
But like you won't get in trouble for it being.
You don't
illegal.
I
know
wouldn't
that.
murder.
Yeah, you
I
can
wouldn't-
kill people.
I would-
It's fine.
I
You
would
get
do that
you even
because
get
I'm the
paid
one who
for
set
it.
up the even if it were legally okay for me, I still wouldn't do it because I wouldn't be able to live with like my
Good
conscience.
for you.
I have a moral compass. That's right.
Right.
I also like wouldn't.
Fun.
The first thing that came to my mind when you said what wouldn't you do, I wouldn't like. I hear questions all the time like, would you chop off your arm for $1 million?
No.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, never horribly maim yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do
Unless,
anything
like,
that.
What about
unless
would
the
you cut
technology.
off a pinky for $1 million?
I would not cut off. Oh,
Ooh, the pinky is the least useful finger.
Actually, I would
No,
probably
it's
do
not.
this one.
No
I would.
finger.
I've actually thought about. No, I'm not thinking about cutting it
Oh,
off. But like,
okay.
I've thought about because like when I would
Less
play
useful than your pinky.
when I play snare drum and I do traditional, this is just useless.
I mean, McCurdy's wanted to cut that off for you for years.
Yeah. What do you want to cut?
He
this
wouldn't
one?
pay you though.
No.
these hypothetical overlords
These
would pay
hypothetical
you.
questions.
Yeah.
So I guess your thing was like maiming yourself.
I wouldn't maim myself for other people.
Actually, I feel like Isaac kind of came up with that one.
Well, it's not for other people. It's just for
Okay,
you
I
getting
wouldn't
$1
maim
million.
myself or other people for $1 million.
Rachel has it.
No, I don't.
You said you have an idea.
No, I said, what would I do?
You said you have an idea.
Yeah, you did. Boom.
I said I wouldn't kick a baby in the face.
Would
that
you?
was it?
Would
You couldn't formulate the rest of that?
That what else? What else is
That's
there?
what I'm
to,
asking.
Is that the least
Would you
severe
eat
thing that?
100 Chick-fil-A
That's
chicken
one of the
sandwiches
things.
in an hour for $1 million?
what would you do for a
In an
Klondike
hour,
bar?
holy
Is the
cow.
real question.
Actually, you know what? No, that's too big. 20 minutes.
Maybe 100 nuggets.
No, would you eat 100 chicken sandwiches in 30 minutes for $1 million?
I would, but I
100 in
couldn't.
30 minutes.
Like you would try, but you
I would
wouldn't be
really
able to.
give it
Oh,
my best
sure.
effort. I'd give it the
Did you
old
just send
college
me
try,
a
but I
spicy Christian meme?
Yeah.
What do you think? What would I not do? What would I not do? What would I not do?
All right, I'm gonna try and think of another hypothetical too. While
Dang
we.
it.
If
Why?
you were made of a substance that would melt through to the Earth's core,
Where
where
are you going with this?
where would you go if you had if you could control yourself?
So you
Well,
can
that's-
just melt through
You
anything.
could be anything
Yeah.
because anything will melt at a certain temperature.
Yeah, well, you can just melt through something. You could melt through pretty much anything. Just kind of zip on through there. Where would you go first?
Where would I go if I could just melt?
Yeah.
I guess on the ground. Where else would I go?
Well,
No,
but-
are you saying that
It's
that
controlled
he-
melting.
that they can melt, or that they can melt a thing?
They can melt a thing. It's controlled melting.
So you're not the one melting,
But you're still
melting.
made up
I
of
would-
substance.
I would melt. Why the question, where
question
would
is
you go? I feel like the better question is, what would you melt?
Where would you melt into?
Where would I melt into?
Like, say there's.
Okay,
like a
what would you
wall-
melt is definitely a better question.
what would I melt?
I was kind of freestyling that one, so it kind of.
I would melt. I don't know.
This is stupid.
What would I melt?
I mean, okay.
Ice. I don't know.
Last.
You would melt ice. If you could melt anything, you would melt something that naturally
I'm
melts
giving-
by itself.
Stupid questions deserve stupid answers.
I mean, I think it was last episode. Was last one
Yeah,
where we had.
that's
Yeah,
when
we
we
had
had
Cole
Cole on.
Taylor and Sammy Wooten. And-
Sammy
wanna
just
see
sat
them.
there
yeah,
awkwardly.
and,
wanna
and
see
we
them.
proposed a hypothetical. Well, it started as like.
Wait, do we have to stay in here till the next final's over?
I don't think so.
No.
We usually just record.
Is this a hostage situation?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Do I have
The
to keep
microphone's
answering
off.
stupid
Like,
questions?
yeah.
When you
But
stop
we started out
talking,
with
the
like.
volume's
Just press
off.
the mute button.
Would you eat a concrete peanut for something? What was the thing
concrete
for?
peanut?
Like, why would you do that?
How many concrete?
I don't even think I can.
No, it was how many. If you were forced to, there's a guy with a gun to your head. He'll kill you if you don't eat.
Are they out of the shell, like small peanuts?
No, the shell is concrete. The inside is regular peanut.
Sammy
have to
said
eat
he'd
the
only
shell.
eat one because he doesn't like peanuts.
Really? Yeah, he doesn't like not the concrete,
The
but the
peanut
peanut.
will never reach your inside.
And then it turned into
Why
Alex.
is
Why are you
Alex
sniping
the way
out the
he
Playing
window?
with my umbrella.
Okay, for the folks at home, I look over the window and Alex is just holding an umbrella as if it's a sniper rifle.
It's my umbrella.
That's the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it evolved into like
I don't
you're
even
on
know
a
how to answer
baseball.
a single one of these
It evolved
questions.
into I think the last iteration of it was so you're up to bat at a baseball game or on a field or whatever. How many out of 100 concrete peanuts that are fired at you at 200 miles an hour do you think you'd be able to hit?
Why is
A
that
lot.
hypothetical? I have no
It just
idea.
evolved over time. into
200
that.
miles an hour?
200
Just
miles an hour.
That's-
100 of them.
No,
at
it's
you.
and then it
No,
ended
oh,
with,
it was also
if it went really
yeah.
slow and then for
Yeah,
like
so
the
it
last
goes
2
slow,
seconds.
and then once
I
it gets
have
like 3 feet away from you, it
goldfish
goes
on my
really
knee
fast.
That's
right
physically
now.
impossible.
Well, it's a hypothetical. It doesn't have to like. It doesn't have to
What
be
are you
physically
doing?
I don't know.
sound.
No, it would go through
Sorry,
your
Rachel.
bat.
It's okay, Isaac.
Well, no,
I
because of
spew.
it's a hypothetical. Your bat is unbreakable,
Okay, my bat's unbreakable.
and you are not affected by
There's a
like
lot of suspension
inertia,
of
so like
disbelief.
it won't knock the bat out of your hands or anything. You just hit it.
Why are you asking him something he doesn't know the answer to?
Yeah, seriously, for real.
Well,
What are
it just
you-
You're
as
starting
the
to sound like my calc
The
professor.
point
What
of
are
a
you looking to
hypothetical
gain?
is that you make up the answer.
But that's
There's
not
no
the
right
type of
answer.
hypothetical people usually ask.
It's an estimation of your skill. Like, well, how skilled do you think you are?
A better
skilled
question
guy?
is if you threw a
And,
baseball at me, would I hit it?
Probably not.
Doubtful. Maybe.
Oh no, it wasn't a baseball bat. It was a tennis racket.
Then none.
No.
A tennis racket has
happen?
more area to hit with. It's
But it's also got holes in it.
yeah, but
Yeah,
the
but
peanut's not
in
gonna be
this
smaller than
in
the
this
hole.
place, it's a large peanut.
But the peanut might turn. and
But it's
go-
not going to go through the hole.
You don't know that.
It's not.
You don't.
We set the rules.
We set the rules. We
it's
made the
exhausting.
Well, then if I
hypothetical.
can't go through any of them, then I'd probably hit all of them.
Okay, if
Are you
you
sure?
No.
Would you be able to be that
No.
coordinated?
I don't know.
Listen, when you all
You're
said
supposed to
You give an
guess.
answer and then they argue about it.
when you all said, "Hey, Will, you want to come do a podcast tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, totally. I'll spend my day off doing
I'll
podcasts."
spend 15 minutes. No,
This is
45 minutes later.
Podcasts are not usually 15 minutes.
I don't
long.
listen to podcasts.
Rachel, you're uneducated.
I'm
You should have
sorry, but I
studied
have
out.
never-
Ooh,
I
who's
have-
texting you?
It's a girl named Sarah
It
Williams.
says she said, "Wow, I've done a little of that, but my mommy has been wanting to spend time with me, so I've mostly just seen her and Robert. You know, the essentials? Question mark.
Yeah, I don't know what that emoji
Exclamation
is.
emoji.
I hope she doesn't watch this. Alex, what are you doing?
She's from...
Jacksonville, Tennessee.
No, first off, it's Jackson. Second, she's from Memphis.
She's from Jackson, Memphis, Tennessee.
She's from Brighton, Tennessee.
She's from Brighton,
Ooh.
Jackson.
Wait, she's from
Tennessee.
Nashville?
No, Memphis. That's my umbrella still.
Wait a minute. What is your case?
It's the
D-Brand grip? Let me see it. I wanna try it.
It's neat.
I was thinking about getting one. Ooh.
What
So
is
if I,
it?
like, threw against
It's
the wall.
basically
It's
Here,
a
I'll-
bumper
I'll
case.
show
It's
you.
like a.
It's a bumper case. So
I was
like,
thinking about
you-
supporting that
It's
Indiegogo.
this. That's how I got it.
Doing
So it
what?
comes with their skin. It's like a sticker that you put on
Yeah.
that doesn't really protect it that much. And then it's this. And
Is this protective though?
Yeah.
Gosh, I'd hope so.
He supports.
We're not sponsored by D-Brand. Although
We're not
D-Brand
sponsored
sponsors
by
everything,
anybody.
so
Yeah,
we're possibly
so
sponsored by D-Brand.
D-Brand, if you want to sponsor, that would be neat.
That would be fantastic.
Honestly, if
I
we're
might-
gonna get sponsored
I
by
was thinking about
anything,
getting
we're gonna get
this.
sponsored by
That's
Audible.com
me too.
That's true.
I
because they
think.
sponsor
Yeah, it's-
every podcast that
Because
has
like
ever
this case is
existed.
just so
It's
ugly.
true.
Yeah. It's
Because I don't really read many books. I ordered a book
That would be-
and
yeah, I
it showed
could
up
see
late.
that.
This would be
Amazon
great for
apologized.
that.
yeah.
Well,
Pretty good.
did
It's supposed to show up
the
last
CEO
night.
called you personally and was like, "Sorry, Rachel."
No. It was supposed to arrive yesterday, and then they were like, "I'm sorry, it's late. If it doesn't come by Thursday, let us
Can you
know."
like sit down and control yourself?
I have it.
Sorry. At the end of last semester, Alex and I kind of left on bad terms, and so we're still not
Really?
speaking with each other. Probably.
Probably. You left with tears.
My watch just says.
How
it's
was
time to get
walkout?
moving.
Tell me about
Oh,
walkout.
Well, don't
It
get
was
moving.
pretty
Don't listen
good.
to the robot.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
changing the conversation. Talking about walkout. Tell me about walkout.
Walkout?
Would you move
Oh,
your
yeah.
foot?
Good.
I
No.
know.
Did you cry?
No,
That
farther
better-
back.
I just
mean,
kind of
we were
like.
I cried
honest, man,
a little
'cause
bit.
I mean, I didn't leave. Like once everyone was outside, I kind of left because
What
I had
teachers
to
made you
work.
cry?
So
You've already told me, but
Yeah,
go
it
ahead.
was pretty much just like so when I
Right.
got to middle school, I saw all the 8th graders that I know.
Alex, I
Jack
think. Hold on,
McCain.
Alex, you're like contributing way too much to this to
Pull up a
be
chair.
behind the camera. Like pull up a desk
Nice.
right here.
Spin promoted.
Don't.
I
what are
got
doing?
you.
Justin, I don't think it's best.
All right.
Just make sure it's
Flip it
centered.
down,
Make
honey.
sure we're centered.
Okay, Alex. So you get.
Are you like allotting him certain rights just to like?
No, I was.
Have a seat, Alex.
I have no idea what I'm
character.
doing.
Okay, good. Yeah.
I started talking.
You have
and
a
then-
cool down. Every
Ladies
time
and
you start
gentlemen,
talking-
Alex Drury.
Okay.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Welcome.
he's
Yeah.
already been on the
So,
podcast a couple times.
At
I think.
walkout, elementary school was kind of just I don't know any of these people.
Yeah, me too.
Middle
Except for the
school,
teachers.
middle school was pretty much I don't know any of these people.
Hey,
'cause
there's Jack
the
McCain, though.
Teachers. Well, all of my teachers are gone, but Miss Rogers, Miss Law came back.
Oh,
So
they
that was
did?
really nice.
Oh,
And they said bye. And it
I
was
never had
really
Miss
good.
Rogers, but I had Miss Law.
She looks a lot
Miss
different
Laws.
now,
Also,
but-
it's really weird to go back and call your teachers Miss and Misser.
Yeah.
Mister and not Doctor.
Gwen Rogers almost hit me on the road. We almost got in an accident.
Really?
She's
She was wild.
fierce.
She
Was
was
she in
wild.
her? What does she drive? It's
Mercedes.
her Mercedes.
Have any of those made it in your mouth?
A
Seriously,
few.
can you eat your food?
No, yeah. So I saw like Jack McCain and Marissa and some of the like 8th graders, and I almost cried. Like I just teared up wood just because
Aw.
like they were the.
Yeah, Dylan said
Oh, wow.
Jack McCain killed me, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Jack
Bummer.
McCain
But
killed
then
me.
like I was fine until I got to the 2nd floor and I saw Carrie Rice and Brian Neihart right next to each other.
Oh.
and I
Ooh,
couldn't-
that's
I
a heavy
I
hitter right
couldn't-
there.
It was too much. I could not do it.
Wait, what did you think of? What did you think of?
Farewells.
Yeah,
We were all
it's
really mad. He kept apologizing to us
Yeah, he
because
did that.
because
they had to go.
we had to hurry up because our class was cut short. We only had 40 minutes to do all of the
I
people.
mean,
in
that's
my
what we
class.
had.
I don't remember what
Yeah,
that
but
actually
he
was.
like written out more than that, and so he had to rush
Because
through
he
it.
likes them more
And
than
so
you
like
like
every
you.
time when
You
he
guys
say
probably had a bigger
like I
class,
love
too.
you and all that, he would also say I'm sorry. I just have so much more to say.
You're like, stop.
When
And but yeah, like he got to Leo Bertucci.
Mm.
And he just talked about how like what a pure soul Leo was, and how he's like
It's
everyone's
very
friend.
true.
And
Yeah,
everyone
it
just
is
starts
true.
bawling. Like when
He's
we
talking
got to
about Laurel
Leo,
and all of us were
Yeah.
just like in puddles.
it was
when he did our class, because Rachel and I were in the same class,
Yeah.
he got to me. He said, "I'm sorry, Will, I can't do yours right now," and he skipped me.
Yeah, he skipped Douglas Williams.
Yeah.
It's his brother passed away on that, and he was really close to his brother too. The rest of
Yeah.
us was. So
Michael.
like when he did Douglas last. and everyone started crying for that one too.
Yeah, and like I said, we walked out of the classroom. Nobody was waiting to get in, and we were all in tears. And then we started making some of the girls cry in the next class because they were like,
Yeah.
They were already crying walking in. Because
Oh,
now
And then we always
he
missed
did
Beans'
all
class
about
and just, like,
himself.
unpacked and
He did all
unloaded.
about himself.
The day-
On
time
yeah, the
Wednesday.
day before.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, for us it was
and
the day
we
before.
could not handle that. That was a bad time.
Yeah, that was sad too.
I'm like, no, he doesn't deserve so much that happened to him. He's such
Yeah.
a good boy.
Yeah.
And then
He's
Miss
Mr.
Case
Rice,
made
you're a
me
good
cry.
boy if you're watching this.
I don't think
Wait,
Mr.
no, Miss
Rice.
Case. Miss Wilson made me cry.
Miss Case destroyed me. I
don't know
saw
Miss
Miss
Case.
Case and I was like, oh god, no.
No,
It's
like
so
in
good
class,
stuff.
Miss Wilson made us all cry.
Oh
They
yeah, I
walk out.
remember that.
She gave us this long talk, and like everybody was sitting there, unexpected. Like no one saw this coming. To cry in AP Cal, but she talked and she cried.
well,
and all
I'm
of
sure
us
people
were
have
just
cried
like-
in there before.
Yeah.
But for different reasons.
No, but most of the people were staying afloat. Some of them, no.
I can't even remember if I cried or not.
I cried in her class, and I was not expecting it. Got heckin' bamboozled.
Yeah.
That's heckin'
I
bamboozled.
got.
That's a
Can you
Well,
repeat
see,
that?
I felt better because like after Mr. Rice did his thing the day before, I felt like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to say anything to these teachers. So I'm not gonna have the power,
Words
the
won't
willpower to
come
do
out.
it. So I just wrote them like some letters and stuff
Just
and left
whimper
it
a
for
little
them.
bit.
And so hopefully they enjoyed that. And then I
They
gave them
enjoyed
little
Hopefully they
gifts.
read those.
But just like even like at walkout when I saw like Mr. Rice, like he apologized again
Like,
Oh,
stop.
for not
Mr.
being
Rice.
able to say enough of what he wanted to. And I was just like, stop talking. You're making me not want to be here right now. So it was pretty good overall. I had to wear some pretty cool clothes.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I painted it like a bomber jacket sort of style.
Of course.
Yeah. It's like,
As is
I would expect nothing
whereas
less.
they would paint like a bomb for every mission they did, I did one for every year at Cal.
Ah.
And
But no one caught that.
no, I had to explain it
Yeah.
as usual.
No, Coy did that, except he wrote check marks for every person that he killed in Senior Assassins.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was a lot of
That's
check
pretty
marks.
It
cool.
was like 35.
Jeez. Our highest is like 8 right now, I think. And it ends
Yeah,
Thursday.
no one
Good
hard.
luck with that.
It's
Are you
Thursday.
in still?
I got out. I didn't get out. Like I quit the
I remember
day
that.
of, because there's a lot of scandal. this
No,
year.
I know. I've
Yeah.
heard.
I feel like I'm
It's so
not
BS.
gonna want to participate.
No, you guys
in
need.
that.
I didn't
It needs to be like
participate.
you guys doing.
You
it,
need to
'cause
have
then
someone
you will have-
decent.
That's true.
Because there was scandal on ours.
They came in this year the same way because they like
Who
Jackson.
who
passed.
does it? Like
Jackson
how does
passed-
who,
you just
I
what
don't
start it all of a
decides?
sudden? You just start it like in second semester. I think it's just when
Someone
you
just
start.
arises out of the ashes.
Yeah, so
Well,
you
for
guys
us, it
need to make
was-
sure you do it for your grade.
Is it-
Because
Matt needs to
you-
do it.
We need to like
For-
announce the start of it on the podcast. And, like, then it's
So
like
that might not
official.
work.
No one can.
Matt needs to do it really, because Matt, I don't think you really want to get sprayed by
You
water
need to be-
guns.
you need to be pretty technical too, like to do
Yeah.
all
I
the
didn't play.
Which, like-
randomization and everything.
But that's like literally Matt's like job.
yeah, so I think you guys should do it because also you would make sure you don't like make it a bunch of BS.
I don't know. The power would go to his head.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Matt
I
would
just
just
feel
win.
like there's people who are a lot more popular than like me and
Well,
my
the
group
people
of
that did
friends.
this year
so-
really aren't that like they weren't that popular. But like if you got like you and like, well, we had the class president did it with us. this
Yeah,
year.
that's ours was the class president and vice president.
So maybe whoever your class president is, get them, and then like you or something, you and one other person, something like that.
Yeah.
And what I would suggest is take a little bit of money for yourself for doing it all, but don't do anything else because this year they were taking generally. They had all this other extra stuff you could pay for, like hiring a hitman
Yeah.
and all this.
Oh my
stuff,
gosh.
And like
Everything
and all the
raised
protections, but it all just went straight to them and not into the pot.
It's dumb.
Even like I think they're dumb rules to begin with, but then like even when it's not going into the pot, and so there's a lot of complaints and lots of drama.
Oh yeah, I heard that like there were Twitter scandals.
Oh yeah, I started a lot of Twitter scandals just because. So I managed to get my money back and quit like the first day when I found out all the money was like not going into the pot, and then I just like for some reason I was like I'm bored. I'm just gonna make a campaign of ruining this, ruining their reputation.
So are people still playing?
Yeah, there's about 8 people left still.
Wait,
So-
but they're like done with school.
Yeah, they have until the midnight of graduation.
Ours went
Oh,
until graduation.
My sister's.
What
birthday
happens if
summer.
more
They,
people?
they just split the pot if there's
Yeah.
if more. It
What?
goes
Alex, why is
40.
there a staple on my leg?
Huh? Oh, there was one in your hair, but
What?
You didn't tell
Wait,
her?
what is this?
You
I
indecent.
just shot it in. And it was
Better
really-
not.
Oh, it was your fault.
A new scandal.
Yeah, no. So
Well, I don't see one on the floor.
What were you
It's
saying?
still in my hair. That's
We're
not.
talking about senior side.
oh yeah. So the way it's split up is like the 50% goes to the person with the most or who wins, 40% is the most kills, and this year they have 10% going to the most beast mode kill,
What the heck is that?
which is
The
basically
most beast mode.
That's garbage.
The
What is
bell
that?
changed again?
yeah, it changed like 3 times this year.
Oh my god.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, they changed the bell.
At
That
one
really
point, it
sounds like
sounded
an
like
airplane.
Yeah, it does.
what?
That really sounds like an airplane system.
Yeah.
We've been on an airplane.
At one point,
There
it
was
sounds-
one that sounded even more like that. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
ding. I don't even
You remember
Why did I
our
say-
good bell? Like,
The one that was for like a long time.
Why did they change the bell?
because they
sounds?
changed the intercom system.
Yeah.
And when you change the intercom system, you change the sound.
I still, yet it still works from a phone instead of like a microphone. They have to use the phone, and
Oh.
she literally has to
they
yell
had,
into it for people
yeah,
to
they
hear.
had guest people go on and do the announcements in the morning this year. Like
Oh,
say
yeah.
what Mr. Woldridge says. Every
So, Rachel knows this because I said it in like the Snapchat chat, but actually, never mind. I'll tell you after because I don't know if I'm allowed to say it. I don't know if it should be public or not, but
Okay,
yeah,
don't say it.
that's a teaser. No one will ever know.
No, we
Sorry.
can do a cut.
Yeah, you just cut it out.
Just say you're working on like a collab.
I want to know.
Yeah, but it's already
Just tell
been
them
55
afterwards.
minutes. We're so close to being at the end. So.
Tell them afterwards.
How long is it? An hour?
You should-
Well, this is the last
Usually around
episode.
an
You can
hour.
announce it. This could be a future.
Yeah, but I don't know because it's like a Cal thing. I don't know if they want me to do that. Like I don't have permission. Like I don't have
He's
explicit
doing a
permission to
collab
do
with
that.
someone and he's not allowed to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a
Go
collab
public
with John
yet.
Cena
You can't see it yet.
and John Wick.
Can't see.
Get it?
Wick
Yeah.
and Thanos.
Yeah, Thanos is coming next year.
Oh, Infinity War. Oh man.
Infinity
I
War
wish
was-
we had time to talk about
I
that.
have nothing to add.
Good
I
movie.
haven't seen it.
It was
I fall
good.
asleep in movies like that.
What?
I saw it.
Rachel,
but
how?
I haven't seen like any
Don't
of
ask
the
me how, I
Marvel
don't know.
movies. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy was a good boy.
I like Guardians of the
I
Galaxy.
didn't see the second.
It's
It's pretty
I might
good.
go see
it's
Deadpool
not
Wednesday.
quite as good as the first.
I've never seen
just
the
because
first
it doesn't
one, but I'll
have
probably watch it.
the same like.
It's
I've heard the
apparently
first one's better.
really
Dynamic.
good.
I prefer
It's-
parts
the first,
to the second
The first was even like the first was better in my opinion, just because that was new, like that kind of
Yeah.
style, like of like superhero movies,
Yeah.
kind of new.
Odd Family.
But then the second one, it's like it's still really good, but not. It doesn't have the same factor of
Yeah.
like, wow, this is new.
There are parts that are obviously
yeah.
worse to the second one, and then there are parts that are a little better. But all throughout, the first one's just a more solid movie, I think.
Okay.
I would
Mary
still watch the
Poppins,
second
comma,
one.
Y'all.
Hmm?
I'm Mary Poppins, comma, y'all. That's wait. Have you seen the
No.
second? No.
Remember, she falls asleep apparently.
Oh yeah.
You need to work
You
on
haven't
your
seen.
movie
You've
skills.
seen it, right?
I've seen
Yeah.
it.
I
So
like
you
scary
understood that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like scary movies.
I like Scary.
Scary. Did you see?
The only scary movie
Quiet
I've ever
Place?
seen is Woman in Black.
That's not that good.
That was it.
We watched Saw.
So I can't do
missing
it.
out on a
That's
lot.
like the-
Yeah, I watched I watched a bunch of songs.
I wanted to go see A
I've
Quiet
seen most of this
Place.
I've
stuff.
heard it's good.
I want to go see A
I
Loud
want to see The
Place.
Quiet Place too. We should go see The Quiet Place.
Yeah.
Are there any scary movies out right now?
Huh?
A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place.
Yeah, that's out right now. I've heard it's really good.
I didn't see it.
Me too.
See, I
It's
was
got
looking at
John
it's
Krasinski.
got John Krasinski and he's my
Oh,
favorite.
John Krasinski.
He
Ooh.
directed it, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he directed it.
Ooh.
He directed it
His
and
wife's in
And it
it.
has like
He's been getting into a lot of stuff recently.
yeah, he's been doing
I'm
awesome.
glad. I like him.
I just finished watching The Office all the way through.
For
I'm
first
just
time.
For the first
started
time.
watching Parks and Rec.
Wow.
I mean, like I had seen episodes here and there, but I hadn't like
Yeah.
seen the full thing in order. And
Do you like it?
dang, it was a good show.
It's such a good show.
yeah.
It's a really
It's
good
like
show.
that one show everybody loves.
It's just amazing.
I'm just too overwhelmed. It's a big project. I'll get into it eventually, but I'm
you
starting
haven't
with Parks
seen
and Rec.
Parks and
Parks
Rec.
and Rec is good.
I'm watching through Parks and Rec right now,
It's really
and
good.
it's good,
Where
but
are you?
it's just got it's. I don't know how to explain it because The Office's dynamic was so awkward, and that's what made it funny. It's kind of like Parks and Rec kind of forces it to be awkward, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Where like
It is
The Office was just naturally awkward.
Because of just the
Parks and
char-
Rec
the
is just-
characters just felt
It's
like-
phenomenal.
How
but,
long
yeah.
are your breaks?
4 minutes. Well, like breaks between classes.
They are optimizing you the heck out of
Yeah,
you guys.
and then the
I know.
break where you go to the cafeteria and get food is 10 minutes instead of 15. Yeah.
It's not-
And
Phew,
then-
thank God.
Yeah.
That's
it-
plenty of time.
Back in my day,
We started
it
at
was more
8:20.
fun.
Soon it'll just be
Ended
like sit in your
3:10 now,
sit in your
so.
chair, no leaving.
See, we have 10 minutes between classes, and
I have 7 hours in between classes.
I ride my bike
No,
all the time.
my longest break is 45 minutes though. My shortest is 15.
I hope I just like get
And those
on-
are back-to-back classes.
Yeah, so I had like signed up for everything at WKU because I wasn't sure if I where
Whoops.
because I was like pretty much going there until like the day before May 1st,
That was me.
and yeah, for like on my Mondays I had straight classes from like 8 until like 3.
That's me.
And I couldn't have lunch or anything. Like,
Yeah.
I had no
On
time.
Monday and Wednesday this semester, I didn't get a lunch break.
That's so garbage.
I had 40
I could
swipes
not
at the
do
end of the
that.
semester. And I was like,
Yeah, I'm only doing like the 2 swipes a day.
Do the
well,
The
we don't have
swipes.
it like that. We have it like a general amount
well, I
per
have like
semester.
14 a week, I think. Is
No, but like we just have a general amount per semester.
Oh,
And then like as a
so you
freshman, you have to have that first starting one, and then your sophomore year you can change it.
We're back to talking about college.
Yeah, we are.
do the swipes.
We have 2 college students and 1 almost college student. So.
Yeah, but it's
And
not fair to
then
you
a
guys.
Person that looks like a college student.
My
Well,
brother's
us-
college.
and then
in
me.
college, so.
I represent the
I
everyman.
don't look like a college student.
The common man.
Yeah, I'm the common man.
He's
But do the
wearing
swipes? Do they? I
We
had
have a
question.
cafeteria.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically
So-
like.
I know what I understand the concept.
It's good.
You have a cafeteria.
We also
But-
have like a
oh, yeah.
burger place right now.
Do they reset
A
every
burger place.
every
We have-
semester?
We have McAllister's, Wendy's,
So-
Chick-fil-A,
And then
Papa
we have
John's,
what are called
That's
Buster
'cause
Bucks,
Twisted
where
Taco,
you
Taco
can
Bell,
get
Subway,
like
Jimmy
this burger
John's.
place.
And those can
And
all
then
be like
those
on the meal thing or
Restart
whatever.
every semester,
Some of them
but
can't. Most of them.
Between
There are some that
semester
there are a
they
couple
roll
places that are
over,
like
so if you have
off-site
lunch, you can
campus a
go
little
back
bit.
up.
Then we also have like our
one
cafeteria,
this
which
one.
is there's a place called Prime Grill, which is really
Really,
good.
bro.
Like they do, they fire burgers in front of you.
That's pretty good.
They
And
burn
then
your
That's
eyes.
like
We
they
have
they
no
made me a
restaurants on
bacon
campus,
burger and
but
it
we
caught
have,
on
like,
fire.
We have like every restaurant
The
ever
one thing I'm gonna miss
surrounding
about
campus.
We had
WKU
everything
is
on
that
campus. It's
the one thing I
great.
was gonna say about WKU is that because I was gonna be in like the honors dorm, there's gonna be that Steak and Shake just constantly right there.
Mm,
And,
I like
like
Steak
right
and
across the
Shake.
street, and I was gonna
Good
I was just gonna
I
be
wanna go to
really
Steak and
happy.
Shake, but there's
Now
not one
Transy's
close.
got like a small cafeteria and then like a little grill, and that's about it.
Where are we gonna go for lunch?
It's been an hour, so.
Yes.
It'll be an
Should we
extra
sign
long.
off?
I have to leave at like 3 to get my
I mean,
brother.
a couple things will be cut
Where?
out.
Here?
Just
I have to go like
have
home
a
and
full
then get my
minute.
brother, and then because he's studying for his finals. He has
Ah.
like 2 tomorrow. Yeah.
It's lame. I wanted to see him today.
Yeah.
He's a dumb.
He is.
Should we sign off or something?
Yeah. So.
Sign off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's not the
I
sign off.
can't be in
That
this
was you.
podcast anymore.
We'll have to cut that.
We'll have to edit Will out.
It's just. I
Just
don't know if
blur
I'm
him
that
in.
skilled.
Whenever he talks, just.
So yeah, this was the 10th episode of our kind of. I'd like to call it like a trial run because it was only half of a
debut.
year. We'll probably have at least double this amount of episodes next year because it's 2 semesters. Yeah.
That
we
makes,
didn't
that
start.
makes sense. If
Math
you have
checks
a
out.
certain
Yeah.
amount a single semester.
Yeah.
Except
You
for-
double it.
And you
Yeah.
get at least twice the
Double.
time.
Whoa.
And we'll be doing more stuff next.
The math checks
Yeah,
out.
we're gonna hopefully get teachers because we didn't have any teachers on this one in this season.
That's lame.
Yeah, we
Why'd you have
wanted to,
teachers?
but we didn't because we were kind of.
We also had few females, which we should probably
Yeah.
change. You're only the second female.
I think
Who's the first?
We haven't had any.
Lindsay Melhorn.
Yeah, we didn't. We haven't had any
Wow.
females who are in high school
Allie?
at Cal.
No, she didn't want to be on the video.
I didn't either, but here I am.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because
So,
Lindsay
yeah,
and
teachers.
Jackson,
Maybe we'll do some like. I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something that's not just
Something.
podcast.
Well, Rachel and I will be back in about a year to give you an update on our lives.
All right. So
Well, we can
last
just do-
one of next year will be
We
YouTube.
we can
as
just
well.
keep doing updates on your
Yeah.
lives. You'll be like
Yeah.
30, and we'll be like,
I hope
I'm
you're not still doing
19 right
podcasts with your high school.
yeah, you'll be like 10 years later.
Well,
me and
that'll
Matt
be
will
sooner
still
for
be
Will than it will for
podcasting.
me.
No, 10 years later, we will have stopped, but then we'll make one more episode just to.
We're gonna have to wait a
Come
little
back
for me. I'm
tour.
sorry. I'm 19.
Okay, 30.
Should we finish signing off and we're starting to do something?
Sign off.
No,
Isaac,
get
that's
me
not
the
the sign
audience.
off. We're not gonna.
No, I don't. We don't have a patent.
Good, good.
When we have an end card.
Okay, well, I
Here's the end card.
Isaac.